Hey everyone, good lovely morning to you. Just a heads up, I had a quick news story that everyone should know about. So, one of the biggest reasons why I obey Yahweh and His Word is because He understands life, right? Yahweh understands His own creation. And so He puts forth, I believe, in my personal opinion, He puts forth His feast days to segregate people who obey Him out from the rest of the crowd. And one of these is obeying His Shemitah, the 7th year Sabbath rest of the land, and where all debts are canceled and you let the land rest, you get to rest. You don't have to do much of any kind of farming and stuff because everything is done. God prepares 3 years worth of food for you. If you're obeying His commandments, He stockpiles you up. And you get to rest for a whole year from all of your labors. Why is this important? So, it's getting crazy out in the world. Obviously, all of you know this. It's about to become scary crazy because when food goes missing from the store shelves and people who refuse to obey God, like for Shemitah in the 7th year and have a whole bunch of food on hand, or, just plain out refuse crazy conspiracy theorists like me who say maybe we should pay attention to God's laws and do what He says, or that it's just common knowledge that, hey, we might want to have a year's supply worth of food on hand. It just might be good right now because everything is looking kind of crazy in the world. Well, it's about to get much more crazier. So, folks, I have never seen this in my lifetime. And I'm 40 plus years old. Not going to say exactly how old. But a major storable food supplier, Cobb Farms, yes, those little number 10 cans that you see on the shelves with the little white labels, they are ceasing operations for 90 days, citing the collapse of the supply chain. I actually have some of the food that I wanted to keep for long-term storage from Cobb Farms. And the storable food mega supplier Cobb Farms has ceased operation for 90 days, citing global raw material shortages and substantial delays in procurement and production. Quote unquote, regrettably, BCG, the parent company owner of Cobb Farms, cannot fulfill your orders on time. Therefore, this letter communicates our decision to suspend business for the next 90 days, effective immediately, said on October 7, 2021, letter issued by Mark Augustin, the president of Cobb Farms, to Cobb Farms distributors and retailers. The letter continues, during these 90 days, we will secure and stockpile raw materials and take measures to accelerate our round-the-clock production output. We are confident that this reset period will help us better serve you with on-time complete shipments in the future. Cobb Farms has been a large-scale retailer on Amazon, Walmart, and many other outlets, typically offering non-organic dried fruits, vegetables, and meal mixes in the preparedness and survival community. The letter is concluded, "I sincerely appreciate your business and look forward to reinstating our partnership in early January 2022. In addition to this letter, to its distributors and retailers, the Augustin Farms website has announced it is no longer processing online orders from customers due to an extremely high order volume through all sales channels. We are currently not able to receive any orders through our website," said an on-site message on October 8th. "We expect to return to this site as soon as possible," it concluded. So for the record, we were disturbed to learn about this development, the article states. It is yet further evidence of the accelerating collapse of food supply chains. As we have repeatedly warned, the world is about to be plunged into another dark winter of extreme food scarcity, power grid, energy scarcity, and accelerating spike protein fatalities occurring among the VA seed. The shuttering of Augustin Farms for 90 days is only going to worsen the food scarcity at retail, causing people to scramble even more aggressively to try and locate the dwindling food supplies. Folks, believe it or not, Americans actually had starvation in America. Who would have thought that the breadbasket of the world would now actually be having to tighten its belt a little bit, a notch tighter, because yes, there was starvation here in America, and it's coming. It's getting worse, folks. Even Mike Adams at the Health Ranger store, their own storable food operation was heavily impacted by this collapsing food supply chain. And commercial food purchase contracts that they traditionally signed with food providers for 12 months of food deliveries has basically stopped. Commercial food suppliers told them in July that they could not guarantee any food deliveries beyond 90 days out. Suppliers that used to offer credit terms are now demanding payment up front or full payment upon delivery, and many commercial food orders are resulting in only partial deliveries, typically representing half of what is originally ordered. He's even reporting that the last time that they put storable food buckets into their online inventory, they sold out in 90 minutes. And they have remained out of stock ever since. And he even states on his site that assuming that the power grid stays up, that their current production run will put all of these food supplies, this inventory, back on their shelves on November 11th. So, folks, there is no question whatsoever that the food supply chain in North America is rapidly collapsing. This is because elections have consequences, and the demon rats would seemingly rather see America locked down, starving, and dead than working in productive jobs and creating a beautiful economy like we once had a few years ago. Those who continue to remain in denial about this reality will not be able to deny it for much longer, because your bellies are going to start grumbling, because there's not going to be anything in your house to eat except for maybe your family or yourself or the dog. How about the cat? Those pesky little cats. It's no joke that famines come. Throughout human history, famines have plagued mankind. Basically, it's those times in the past where you have to reflect and think of when you are reading history where people are boiling their children on the stove and eating them because there's nothing else to eat. How bad and desperate the human spirit has become to get to that point Well, folks, I think it's heading there again. And I am like freaked out having to tell you all this, but I've got to say it. I have to say what is right there before our eyes. If you obey God, He always puts you in a place where you will be able to make it through. He always, when a door closes, He always opens another door. And so to speak, those people who are obeying His rule, His law about Shemitah, already have their year's supply of food, folks. Do you? I wish Augustin Farms the best in resuming their operations in January of 2022. But what if those supply lines don't improve? It could be far worse 90 days out from now, and those who fail to collect food, to obey God, to do what is right, you may be starving to death come next year or begging FEMA for emergency food handouts. Folks, they have terrible things planned for us right now. This is just the beginning. I pray that you will get out of the system, that you will repent and turn from your evil, wicked ways, seriously, and follow Yahweh and His ways, because His ways lead to life and eternity. Thanks for coming by to watch. Yahweh bless you all. Maranatha, everyone.